Welcome to Crumpets and Kerosene Reloaded, where we talk about the previous episode, which is episode 4. And for this episode, we have a special guest joining us.
Hi, my name is Alison. I'm from the UK originally, but I live in Norway.
No, that's it.
That's it.
Welcome
That's
to
great.
talking about episode 4. And you can give a listener's view on what you thought about episode 4. Why I ask the other cast members, which are also here. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Lee Baldwin. I'm playing Laura, the bard. She's just now showing up, I guess.
Yeah, welcome. This is your first full,
For reals. Yeah.
first full episode.
Hi, I'm Seth. I play Merle Albright, and he is a fighter. And soon to be something else. He gets to pick a martial archetype soon.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
And that's gonna be a good time.
I love how you introduce your character as his full name, like he's at a job interview or something.
Well, it's because of the fun fact. Actually, I don't want to give it away, but the fun fact from episode 6, I think.
7.
So 7. Oh, it's episode 7. Fun fact for episode 7. You'll see.
Well,
We recorded
right,
episode
so
7?
let's not think. Yes. We did. How about our last person, Brent?
What about him?
Hi.
Hi,
There
I'm
he
Brent.
be.
I'm playing Jason Perseus Smithson because we were doing full names now. He's a barbarian, and I'm a barbarian, so it works.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go that route. Full names. Roger that. All right. So we got a couple questions for the group and our special guest for episode 4. So for the beginning of episode 4, the fight with Jimmy. What did you guys think about that? And we'll start with the same order that we introduced ourselves as. So, Allison.
Fight
Yeah.
with Jimmy?
Fight with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is this the ogre?
Yeah. Jimmy the
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy
Yeah,
the
name?
ogre. He had
Okay.
one, but, unfortunately, Jimmy.
Jimmy the
Was one head Jim and the other one was me?
No, the story behind those two, before we get a little bit further, is that they're actually players in the game. So if you examine them, they both had bracers, one on each arm, and they were
Spoilers.
twin brothers that got sucked into the game during a lightning storm and merged into what they became.
Murderers. We're all murderers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we killed them.
Not me yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So,
We'll
so,
convert you to
Allison,
our-
I'm open to the possibility.
so what did you think about the fight? I mean, how'd you like the combat concept for the players?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That got pretty gruesome.
Yeah, I got pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I have heard of stabbing them from behind before, but not quite like that.
Yeah,
So that was a new form of sneak attack.
yeah. He was very an enraged barbarian. Lots of issues. We'll learn all about those down the road.
Lots of
Yeah.
issues.
Hopefully we'll be encountering a therapy boss at some point. Help us a little bit with that.
That's a
Yeah.
brilliant idea.
I like that. That's good.
Then
What
I'll just
about
be a fighter.
what about you, Lee? What did you think about the fight since finally in the episode?
I did it. I shot the thing. It was pretty fun. It's definitely a little bit different. Like I've never played like modern weapons. I played Starfinder, so that it still has like a fanciful feel to it because it's all future and all different.
Yeah.
So it's my first time playing like modern combat with guns and everything. So that was pretty interesting. I had to think of certain things like a sniper rifle, so you can't just shoot from the hip with a sniper rifle. So I had to like lay down or brace myself or anything to make a shot.
You can. It
You
might hurt.
can. It's just not wise. Blow my
Yeah.
wrist out.
Yeah.
You have to get enough strength.
And so that's
Yeah, my strength is 8. So
Oh my god. I mean,
How
that's
do you even
I'm
carry
a
that?
bard. I'm a squishy.
that's the one thing. So this game we have guns and stuff, but we also, use swords and other devices. So down the road,
And
Guns.
magic.
guns, yeah, and magic. Guns might not play a huge role, With certain characters, like Seth, he might roll with his guns through the entire thing. Who knows? Or even the barbarian, he might get excited and
Cap some bitches.
yeah. So what about you, Seth?
So that was wicked fun. I really enjoyed the shooting. I also I had a lot of fun with the combat in like trying to picturing where the enemies were, and then like knowing like when we had them stacked above each other on the ladder, and you're asking me who my target is. I'm like, oh, definitely the top guy, because if he falls, he's falling on the bottom guy. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
So like that stuff was a lot of fun and really well thought out, I thought. So yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I like to take combat, and everybody could roll initiative, and as we normally do. But if you're standing in a row of people, and say the person in the back of the row gets the highest initiative, like how does that work? How are they gonna jump in front of the line of people if you're in a tight situation? So I like to do the initiative based
with
on
their movement.
Well,
That's
yeah.
how they do it.
Well, if everybody's stacked in front of you, what are you going to walk through people? Or are you going to
drop prone?
Yeah,
drop prone and shoot
run
their legs.
run through their legs.
For halfling.
Yeah, halfway you could do it. When we do combat, if you're just two of you, obviously you don't need to do initiative. But if everybody's spread out enough, initiative, it seems obviously it'll be the most easiest way to determine combat. But if it's one-on-one, like your guys' tower fight where you guys on two separate sides of the tower, just do one group of people at a time and go around that way. So what about you, Brent?
Well,
Oh,
I was only in the combat for a really short period. I thought it went through very well.
yeah, good.
I was listening to it, and I was like, I don't think that I realized that Alora was out of the cage, but I was also a barbarian in rage, so
Oh yeah,
know.
that was funny.
Well, you walked over and just ripped the bars off. She's
yeah.
like, cool. Thanks.
Free.
But you playing the barbarian amazingly. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So, and that goes into our next question. So, how does Laura? How does it feel to actually be in the episode? I mean, not just a add-on.
Well, I think it's the best thing that's happened so far. So, I mean,
It's true.
it's a little like speaking as like a, I don't know, I guess just like a quote unquote actor in the podcast. It's a little nerve wracking the first time you hear like your voice and like interacting with other players and stuff, and you're like, oh God, I hope I didn't say anything stupid or whatever. But it's also kind of exciting, and I think that our team works pretty well so far. So
Yeah.
and it's fun hearing everyone like playing off of each other and figuring things out.
Yeah. That's what I like. I mean,
And being a part of that is fun.
Yeah. I try to cut out as much of the and ands and which this will be cut out.
The
But,
boring stuff.
yeah, I try to cut all that out so we don't sound stupid.
Make us sound smarter, like we're all wearing
Yeah.
glasses.
Like saying the ogre swings the thing at you, and then you have a swinging noise, and then you're like, oh, and then you throw it.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, I can only find so many sounds until I get all the sound stuff. And I was like, fuck it. I can't get too deep into it. Episode 1 took me 2.5 weeks to edit, and then now it only takes me a day to edit an episode, like in a full 2-hour episode. So I've gotten a lot faster.
And I definitely think like the more that we're recording like closer to each other, because this first few episodes had such huge gaps, and so there's a lot of questions and a lot of like, oh wait, what did we do last time and stuff like that. So
And,
I think
using hands.
episode 4 you can really sense that like the main group before I enter has a lot more idea of what they're doing
Yeah.
than before, because we've been able to be a group for so long,
Everybody's new to a podcast, and we're all
figuring it
No.
out.
we're all figuring it out together, damn it. And me and Brent haven't played like face-to-face D&D since 2007,
5, 4,
5,
something,
yeah, something like that. And and at episode 1, everybody was new, like no one knew each other except for me and Brent, and so Yeah, we've definitely gotten a lot closer, and makes it a lot funner. So our so for our last question, Seth, uh, why'd you do what you did
With the
with Fringin's puzzle? Oh, you know what? Let's step back.
Puzzle.
What did everybody think
Well-
about Fringin's puzzle when you got into the room? That's your first real puzzle, I guess, for the group.
What a
Well-
great standard that set.
I feel like we were
Right.
missing something.
Yeah. So
yeah.
let's go back and how about our guest? What did you think about the puzzle? How did it sound as a outsider? The way that it was set up.
There was definitely a risk escalation there. Put in a shoe, okay. Put in your hand, maybe not.
Yeah, about that.
A little extreme.
Well, the thing is that like we all have the mentality of like right now we're in a video game, so
Yeah.
it didn't seem like such a big risk, is what I
It's a
assume
great
anyway.
excuse.
Because yeah, like, like I don't know, I'll just probably grow back or whatever, or I'll just take damage, and
Yeah, and that's
I can
one
feel it.
thing that made it sound that worked out really good is that everybody took that that aspect of being, oh, I'm in a video game, so I'm just gonna do what I would do in a video game, which works out perfect. I totally wasn't expecting
for now.
that happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Well,
amazing. But yeah, go
To
ahead.
my
and tell
credit,
us.
so it had been a while since we recorded last, and
Yep.
that was one of those like I might have forgotten what we were supposed to do with the boxes and stuff.
Yeah,
So popped off my hand.
yeah. No, that's another thing about recording is like how often, and again, we're all new at it, so we had a pretty big gap in between recording that episode and this one, and yep, that's what happens when we don't take notes or
Yeah, pretty much. That's my bad.
yeah.
But it was
Minutes,
interesting.
They're over here.
Yeah.
We will now take notes. Someone will.
It's, good
Me.
entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure that some players take more notes than others, and the rest of us just shoot from the hip, and so
Well, don't worry, the barbarian's paying a lot of attention.
yeah, and that's the one thing is that I'll put little tests, or that puzzle was a 2-part puzzle. Like he gave you what you needed to do at the beginning. And then, later on, it wasn't like a simple puzzle like popped up right at the front. It wasn't side by side. It happened, half a day later in the game. Had to, remember that, oh shit, that's part of the puzzle. And Fringin, he's just a dick. So,
Yeah, I failed that test.
he's a good
Well, I
guy.
still don't know his name yet. It hasn't come up yet, has
No.
it?
No, not yet.
It's a secret reveal in these in between episodes. Is his
Yeah.
name?
It pays to listen to the
Yeah.
in between episodes.
Yeah.
Just like we found out the ogre's name was Jim.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Aw,
totally. Like
Yeah.
our
I guess
poor ogre.
it was Jimmy and the Scoot Gang, right? Or-
Scoot
Yeah.
Gang is the people that he was like.
Yeah. So,
So I mean, I guess we could have
In
inferred
league
that the
with-
ogre was indeed Jimmy.
Yeah, I just didn't think about it.
yeah.
Also, I like how the ogre is kind of like Enton / ogre. Like there aren't a whole lot of 2-headed ogres, but that's like, the giant, the Eton, right?
Yeah.
You see those more often with 2 heads. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. I was like, oh, how can I make this really
Well,
cool?
usually, if they have 2 heads, it means they can cast magic, right?
Ogres?
That's
I don't know.
Warcraft rules.
I think so.
Yeah.
Think about that. Yep, that's Warcraft.
I don't know if that's in D&D. I just
He got killed before he could do anything, really.
The best
It's
part
true.
about these talkabouts is that my wife doesn't play D&D. She doesn't play these games, and she's like, I learned so much about you today. I've been listening to your talkabouts. And I was like, what?
Ooh,
So
that's exciting.
yeah, it's like, oh, I guess I have to not talk that much.
Nah, come on.
No, she good sport. She'll listen. At least she's trying. Yeah, that's all of our questions. Do you guys have any questions about episode 4? Like, Allison, do you have any questions about episode 4 or anything like that?
I mean, the main thing I was confused about was why would you put your hand in that thing? And I feel like I've got an answer, or as much answer as I'm going to get.
Yeah, I'm not too bright. I don't know if that really.
Yeah, but your last name is Albright.
Well,
All brights
yeah.
except for him.
Merle's a man of action, really.
We've learned that. I mean, it can't
There
wait.
are more sensible actions.
He's super. He has like crazy.
Just because he had to take an
ADHD.
action.
At least
Merle-
it's just his hand.
Merle has major attention deficit issues, so like he wants to move on with shit at all times. Like if there's something that is in the way, he's just gonna like, okay, well, what's the next thing? So stuff
Merle
in
rushes
the
in.
box. Not really that out of character.
Squirrel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just Merle that's ADHD. Just Merle.
Yeah. Well, I
And
can't wait to
Brent.
see what you do about your hand and how you figure out that scenario. And yeah, so that.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, we've got Merle and Jason are both just like rushing in action doers. And then we've got Eli, who's just a sad mess.
Getting
We just
hurt.
gotta just try and take care of him, do our best to protect Eli.
Yeah, but he did that magic pretty, he's on point with the spells. I mean,
I feel like I'm just having to sweep up after them after this.
you're like the mom.
Hey
of the-
guys,
You're the
We need
go
to
this
grandmother.
way now. Come on.
You're like our Wendy, basically.
Yeah.
At this point.
the den mom.
Yeah.
Come on. Scoot. Let's go.
Stop murdering those animals.
Yeah.
That
Well, hopefully you
bunny
guys
down.
can,
It did nothing to you.
Hopefully you guys can go back and collect some of those heads and maybe get some rewards, or we'll maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what you do next time. So
That would be nice. Rewards are nice.
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Complete the quest correctly. You got a big fail on the top of that quest. But all right.
Yeah.
We'll just abandon it and then retake it. It'll be fine.
Listen, I'm not the only one who forgot about the heads, okay?
That
I'm
usually
just the only one who
resets the
stuck their hand
zone.
in it.
And
Hey,
then
I remember during the episode, but then the next episode he was like, "No."
And when you
Well-
think about it, hand has most of the same letters as head, so you were nearly right.
Yeah, sure.
Nearly.
I mean, they're close. I mean, if you scratch your head. Oh man!
But
if you
no
scratch your head
cigar.
and put your head and hand in there at the same time. Oh my god!
That's a good thing I didn't put my. What if I put my head in there?
you would die.
Insanity
And
point,
then it would have worked.
It
You'd have
would've
done the
opened,
quest.
right? Yeah.
Well,
The little
Not really,
sidebar
no,
would
hi.
open.
It might have worked, and you would have respawned, so it would have been a win-win.
The little box on the side would have opened up and would have dropped down like an arm bracelet or something, or an item. Merle's body just falls to the ground. Huh, look at that! It worked.
You guys probably would have kept it for yourselves, not even giving it to me when I came back from the.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Weird.
Yeah.
super
So,
weird.
Allie, what do you think about the repo station where they in most D&D games you have to make a new character after you die? What do you think about the respawn situation in this game where they can come back to life instead of making a brand new character?
Like that. It gives you a bit more freedom to make some dumb decisions and know that this is not completely the end of everything.
Yep, that's my intent. That's what I want to make sure everybody enjoys it, and until they go absolutely crazy and they want to make a new character. Which, I mean, if you die and you want to make a new character, then hey, you can do that.
Do what you want.
Yeah, because you're gonna start at level 1, and everybody else is gonna be level 5 or 10. and-
Oh.
Die, I haven't even been hurt yet.
Yeah. The one
That's
guy
true.
that hasn't used any projectile weapons hasn't taken any damage whatsoever.
Right? He didn't get hurt jumping out of the car.
Nope.
He was sliding on
He's
the door.
just that good.
He's an athlete.
Freaking barbarians.
So that'll end this episode of Reloaded. Hope you enjoyed, and stick around for the next episode of Crumpets and Kerosene. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah. Hey Lee, why don't you take us out?
Thanks for joining us on Crumpets and Kerosene Reloaded.
Keep on listening to find out what happens to our gamers in the next episode of Crumpets and Kerosene. Also, don't forget to subscribe, download, and write us a review. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Deezer, Castbox, Chrome Mobile, and Pocket Cast. Follow us on our social medias. For Twitter, we have @crumpet_time. Instagram is @crumpetsandkerosene. Facebook is just Crumpets and Kerosene. And our YouTube, Crumpets and Kerosene. Email us at crumpetsandkerosene@gmail.com. For our cast, you can find our DM, Kelly Williams, on his Twitter at KW_Steel_Rain, or on his Instagram at Infantry_Kitchen, or on Facebook at Williams Kelly. Jason is played by Brent Marquis and is on Twitter at Brent Lee Marquis. Merle is played by Seth Nason and is on Twitter at Nason_the. Eli is played by Donnie Juronic and is on Twitter at The Raven Roped. Amanda Lee Baldwin is on Twitter at Lemonseed05.
Editing for this episode was done in-house. Sound effects were sourced from freesound.com and Vegas Pro 17. We'd also like to give a special thanks to the intro and outro music from Iron Heed. Enter the Dungeon. The song, Heroes. Thanks, guys.
Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me once in a while. Please promise me you'll try. And when you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free, if you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me.
Bravo, bravo! Give yourself inspiration.